Hello and welcome to the World Handball Championships being staged here in Ireland for the first time since 1994. Over the next hour here on the programme, we're going to bring you the best of the action from this 9 days of competition, including the men's and women's singles finals. And while we're here outside the Irish Handball Centre at Croke Park, we'll also visit some of the other venues used during the 9 days of competition. Indeed, we're going to start in the state-of-the-art venue, and that's at King's Court in County Cavan.
King's Court, it's based in the northeast of Cavan. It's kind of on the border of four counties: Cavan, Meath, Louth and Monaghan. If you go out any road in the town, you're in a different county pretty much, bar one. Well, the World Championships started here on Sunday of this week, and they're going on until next Sunday when we have the finals of the doubles. So we're very excited to be hosting them. It's a great privilege and we're very happy to have the players here. In August we found out that we were hosting the World Championships. So then the pressure was on to get the place really finished. So then we got the interior designer in to tell us what colours to paint everything, because our idea was everything white. But the building's so big, if everything was white, it wouldn't look right. So we got the interior designer, she told us what to paint, we painted it. We got the floors put in all of the surrounding areas. Got the kitchen put in last week, dishwasher on Saturday and sink plumbed in on Saturday. All of the painting and varnishing, all of the people in the community have been very good, doing a lot of voluntary work, especially members of our handball and racquetball club. We're hoping to be the centre for handball in Ireland for the next 10, 20 years. And we're hoping also to be the role model for other clubs thinking of doing a development. So hopefully we'll have more large centres like this for handball.
King's Court's a great complex. It's a very good facility there now. It's great. It'll hopefully get a boost to handball in the area now. So, and an Ulster as well. So, but it means a lot now. Hopefully, we can get a title out of it now. Singles or doubles, you know, something to bring back to Cavan. The World Championships mean a lot. You know, to mean a lot to any player, I suppose. It's a pity that I suppose some of the top, maybe American, didn't come or they got injured, but because we'd have liked the chance to play them in our country. We're always going over there playing them over there. It would been good to get them over here to play them. So, so the pity they didn't come, but it's still a world title. So hopefully somebody from Ireland, and if it's not me, I hope I'm going to try my best if it is me, but hopefully that somebody from Ireland can, you know, get it here, because the best players are probably here now. You know, you've always trained to try to win one, but if not, then there's other things you could go. The US Nationals is probably just as big a tournament, so there is that, and there's always trying to get the number one in America. That'd be another, I suppose, long-term goal of all the players in Ireland or anywhere. So, you know, you give it your best and see what happens.
Okay, let's get into the action then, and we're going to begin with the men's semi-finals, and they involved indeed Cavan's Paul Brady. Now, he was up against Dublin's Owen Kennedy, while in the opening semi-final we had Kieran Curran from Tyrone, and he took on one of the favourites for the competition, and that was Tony Healy from Cork. Your commentators of this are Ger Canning and Danny Bell.
Here we go, here's a setup. Put it down. One more point
Second
by
timeout,
Kieran
Tony
and a
Healy.
timeout by Healy.
Scores 15, plays 11.
First set, first semi-final.
Wow.
Curran is within a point to win the first set.
But then again, that right corner shot along the wall.
11, plays 6.
Stage in the game now when Healy will feel that perhaps he can widen it out against a very game opponent. Succession of points for Tony Healy. Just 4 more points now required by Tony Healy to take the second game, take it to a tiebreaker, burst to 11 in the tiebreaker.
Nice touch. Good volley.
Match point, place 5.
Healy bidding to win the tiebreaker, and in the end it comes off Curran, it comes off the floor, and it's victory for the man in red from Cork, and he's in the World Championship finals, Tony Healy. Oof, what a recovery by Brady. Back on his feet so quickly to smash it in underneath.
Amazing, amazing gets. Then he gets up, go to the back wall and roll the ball.
Floor keeper.
Wow. Everything's perfect. Along the wall, kill shot, perfect pass shot down the wall. Wow. I think we're in for a match now.
Your first.
That was a wonderful winning effort.
Wow, what a get. What a get. Look at the frustration of Kennedy on this one. He thought the volley was over, but Brady made an incredible get. Tough. Oh! What a magnificent shot.
Really good work by Kennedy.
Look at that shot.
16, serving 20.
And he kills it.
So once again, Brady can win the semi-final here. And he's done it.
Fly shot. This has been productive.
It's Brady against Healy in the final.
That's what everybody was expecting. That's what we're going to have.
Now, next, we're going to turn our attention to the women's competition and to the doubles final. Now, this pair, sisters Fiona Shannon and Siobhan McKenna from Antrim, and they were against Lisa Fraser Gilmer and Jessica Gawley, they from Canada. Commentator is Ger Canning.
So side out is the call. It means that the 2 Irish women have service and a chance to score from this. And to the 8 points they've got so far. Oh, there was no real opportunity for Lisa to get that one as she would have wished. Flush on target.
8-0-14.
Point is good there. It's one of the best efforts of Jessica Gawley. 5 between them in the opening game. World doubles final. Came back very awkwardly indeed towards Siobhan McKenna. So now the Canadians looking for the point here to take the game. First to 21, and they have missed the opportunity, but there is a second service.
20 serve 16.
One or two unkind bounces off the glass, giving a second opportunity. Oh, that was nicely into the corner, decisively done by Lisa Fraser-Gilmore, who together with Jessica Gawley manages to win the opening game here in the women's doubles final. And bit by bit, the Irish pair here are going away with this second game and bidding to tie up the overall contest. Lovely stuff. Beautiful play by Fiona Shannon. Never rose more than about 1.5 inches above the floor of the court here. That's enough. Just outfoxing Lisa Fraser-Gilmore there as it came back down to her. She couldn't swing accurately on it, and it's 21-8. Second game goes to the McKennas. One game all. It's the final act of the drama in the Women's Doubles World Championship. The final here involving the McKennas from Belfast against the Canadian duo, Lisa Fraser-Gilmore and Jessica Gawley. One set apiece. This is the tiebreaker, first to 11. And that's miscued there by Jessica Gawley in the red singlet. Serving at the moment is Siobhán McKenna. Remember, first to 11 will become doubles world's champion. Oof, just about carried from Fiona Shannon. Her sister Siobhán. Shannon back at the backcourt. Good work by Jessica Gawley, just getting a favourable bounce, ball just off the ground, just 1 inch or so, and she was able to make a good connection. Side out. There was a stumble, and nothing that Siobhán McKenna could do about it. Tough, dogged contest. Nothing earned easily or cheaply. That's a great shot. Just enough lift in it to hit it right into the center of the back wall, giving the Canadians another chance. Just to draw level, remember. Missed. This time it's tied up.
9 serves 9.
Still level. Good turn by Gawley. Good reach by Lisa Fraser-Gilmore. Difficult turn for Siobhán McKenna. The crowd still urging on the Irish pair.
Match point 10 serves 9.
10 against 9. Lisa Fraser-Gilmore to serve for Canada. If Canada can win it here, they can win the championship, and they have. Just when it looked like the McKennas a short while back were destined to take the doubles, the Canadians have fought back valiantly They really have come good in the tiebreaker, and they've won it by 11 points to 9.
We are going to stay with the doubles competition right now, and this time it's the men's semi-finals. Now this time we have Paul Brady and Michael Finnegan from Cavan. They took on Owen Kennedy and Desi Keegan of Dublin and Mayo respectively. Meads Walter O'Connor and Tom Sheridan, they came up against Norm Dunn and Marcos Chavez of the United States in the second decider.
Start of the first semi-finals for the men's and the doubles pairing here of Owen Kennedy and Desi Keegan. Michael Finnegan was teaming up with Paul Brady. Terrific speed and combination. Finnegan with the kill at the end of all of that. Michael Finnegan teaming up with Paul Brady.
6, place 4.
Beautiful shot into the corner. So 9-13 in this second game of the first semi-final of the doubles. Keegan and Kennedy are serving. Bit of work to do, but they're making a very good shot of it. Brady. Great rally. Paul Brady in for the kill at the end of all of that. Wonderful rally. Kennedy and Keegan have leveled it up at 13 all. Oh, very, very good shot by Paul Brady to round off the semi-final with victory for Brady and Finnegan against Kennedy and Keegan by 21-8, 21-13. Start of the second game then, in the second of the semi-finals for men. Walter O'Connor from Meath along with Tom Sheridan in the red strip. The return by Norm Dunn, and that's his partner Marco Chavez. Good start then by the Irish pair. The gap closes. And the Meath men hoping to score here. They're working hard for it. Fantastic rally. Everybody involved. Great pace, and what a way to finish for Tom Sheridan to put just two between them. The crowd loving it midway through this second game. Full of excitement. (20 playing 18), which means the Irish need this score here to win, having won the first game. O'Connor returning. Norm Dunn next. The Americans can't afford to lose here. Sheridan, both Irish players from Leeds. That's off the floor by Norm Dunn, and the Americans are out. And the Irish pairing of Walter O'Connor and Tom Sheridan have come from a good distance back in the second game to take it by 21-11, 21-18.
It's time for us to take a break right now, but there's still plenty to come in the programme, including coverage of the men's and women's singles finals. We'll also be visiting the Loughlin Gale Centre. And you're very welcome back again to our coverage of the World Handball Championships. We are going to leave the action just for the moment because we're going to visit Loughlin Gale Centre, that's in Kilkenny, to hear from some of the overseas competitors who are taking part in this championship.
The game that we play in the States came from Ireland. We'll grant you that. There's no question about that. The way the game is played in the States definitely came from here, and we all consider Ireland the birthplace of our handball. Clearly, the Irish have made big gains, and it's not just in the open events, in the senior events. It's in the age level events as well. You know, the Irish have been tremendously successful in our junior events. They come over and take our titles back home for quite a few number of years. Paul Brady, Duxie Walsh, Owen Kennedy.
The big attraction is you know, you get in there and you hit that ball with your bare hand or without any instruments like a racket or a bat. And it really makes you feel better after you're done because you take out all your frustrations and your stress goes way down. I bike an hour every day on my bicycle. That's just my staple. Then I play 4 or 5 times a week, and I do a little weight training, not too much because you know it's hard work. See, handball's fun, you know, that weight training and running, that's hard work. So I try and keep most of my workout on the court and on the bicycle.
I founded, and right now I'm current president and I'm founder of the Inner City Handball Association. A lot of the kids, if they're not playing handball, they'll be in the streets, probably getting into trouble. You know, we have a lot of children that are good in academics. So that's one thing we stress. You know, the kids that get to go on the travel trips, they have to exceed in the academics also.
You're allowed to kill the ball. That's the idea, to hit it low on the wall. And there's a great feeling when you hit that kill shot. In squash, you'd be hitting that tell. And that makes a terrible noise to begin with. Nothing against squash, mind you. But we you know, using the both sides of the body, the rallies are long, like in squash. You know, it's a chess game, you know, like squash, where you're moving your opponent from side to side. But there's a lot more room in a handball court than there is in the squash court.
Last year I had a really good year. When I turned 40, I decided I was going to stop running around so much and start shooting. And I had my best year ever, and I went up to number 6. So, you know, anyone who's out there in late 20s and 30s, there's still time. You know, you can still get to hit your best game when you're in your 40s.
You know, we've had handball players say that there's nothing like it where you hit a ball with just your hand. There's no weapon, there's no racket. And the feeling you get from that and hitting against the wall over and over, and where you have to use both sides of the body. Actually, we're doing, there have been studies done, sports such as handball, soccer, where young people are using both sides of their body and have to use their left, have to use their right, like soccer and handball. It exercises both sides of the brain, and it helps the young people in the classroom. So we think keeps us young too.
Okay, we're going to get back to the action right now, and this time it's the men's doubles final. This one between Paul Brady and Michael Finnegan of Cavan, and they faced Walter O'Connor and Tom Sheridan from Meath.
Tommy Dizadore from Kansas City is the referee. Paul Brady returning. That's killed expertly. And the Brady-Finnegan axis doing well in the opening game, 3 ahead. Walter O'Connor trying to get another point for his team. Can score here. Aided and abetted by Tom Sheridan. This is a good little phase now for O'Connor and Sheridan. 5 behind, no longer. It's a very good ace. Great delivery by Tom Sheridan. Finnegan smashing it in. Polished off by Michael Finnegan. Finnegan and Brady in the ascendancy. Playing really good handball. Finnegan looking, along with Brady, to get the shot. They don't even need to make the shot. There's a miss by Tom Sheridan, and it's 21-16. First game goes to Brady and Finnegan. Very stylish, as per usual, by Paul Brady. Brilliant by Brady. Sheridan's playing a wonderful match. It's so tight. It's been an intriguing doubles final. Last piece of action here at Croke Park. Brady and Finnegan leading. And it's a great hit by Michael Finnegan. And the Cavan fans rise to their feet once again. 2018. Having won the first 21-16. Paul Brady and Michael Finnegan are the men's doubles champion. World champions. They win the men's final here at Croke Park by 21-16, 21-18.
Talbot Inch in Kilkenny is one of the oldest handball alleys in the country, and in actual fact the first to be roofed, and that was way back in 1928. During the week, Ger Canning visited this historic venue in the company of Kilkenny's Tommy O'Brien.
1928 was roofed. Lady Desert was the local employee, employer rather, and she built it as a place of entertainment for her employees. But it started as an open court, and you can see the marks of the open court there. And then it was roofed in 1928. And
what was behind the idea of roofing it?
Well, as you would say, Jared, the vagaries of the weather. Lots of games, most games, of course. There were 4 roofed courts in Ireland, even up to the 1960s. There was here, the Garda Depot, Croke Park and Ballymote in Sligo. And probably one of the things that moved people to roof courts was that Meath went to play Kerry in Ballymcgilligan on a very, very bad day. Torrential rain for the day. The Meath people travelled in throngs and sat in their cars for the day and drove home again. So Ballymcgilligan got roofed immediately afterwards, and Meath roofed their court, and now no games are played in open courts.
It's very, very big when you're inside it. Let's have just a look down here. You can just get the feel for the whole thing. It's bigger than a squash court.
Oh, it is. A squash court is what? A squash court is slightly smaller than a 40 by 20 international size handball court. This is 60 feet long, which means if the ball is dying on the back wall, there's a long ways to poke it back, you know. But it is the traditional game, and it is the game that is preferred by quite a few of the older players. By older players, the more mature players, the senior players. Duxie Walsh, for instance, who was the most bedecked handballer, this would be his choice of game, even though he's very good at 40 by 20 as well. But he preferred 60 by 13. A lot of players prefer it.
Tell you one thing, Tommy, you'd need to be fit, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah.
Do you ever lose the ball up there?
I'd imagine there are quite a few balls stuck up there. There was one story in the 1940s, during the war, when there was very little rubber available, and there was one ball in the whole of County Kilkenny, and four All-Ireland senior players came out here for a game. Now, there was no shower, nothing like that, and they rubbed olive oil into themselves and got themselves nice and supple and put the shilling probably that they had saved up into the meter and came in, and one of the players hit the ball up into the rafters. That was it, never came down again. They went in and with cold water tried to wash the oil off themselves and went home.
I tell you one thing, won't happen in Croke Park, that's for sure.
The olive oil or the sticking in the rafters.
Losing the ball.
Losing the ball, yeah. Unless it goes into the crowd.
Coming up shortly, we have all of the action from the men's and women's singles finals. But before all that, let's hear from our commentary team of Ger Canning and Canada's Danny Bell.
Well, Danny, it's been quite a week. You've been a competitor. You're now joining us as a commentator. What kind of a week has it been overall?
Overall, it's been a great week. Well, for me, not a great week because I lost in the quarters, but overall, I love the hospitality. The Irish people are great. I mean, they love their handball. You can see that they know the game and they're there and they support everybody.
So without any further ado, let's see how this women's final turned out. That was a contest between Antrim's Fiona Shannon and Canada's Lisa Fraser-Gilmore. Here's Ger and Danny once again.
So it's an excellent start by Fiona Shannon, but a lot of it down to the nervousness of the former world champion.
Good serve, very good Z serve. Yeah, the Lisas just can't get into the rhythm right now.
6-0.
Good serve. Nice.
Oh, there's a real consistency to her play.
Seven, play 0.
Good. Oh, nice get.
There was a lot of work to do, didn't quite manage it.
4 plays 10.
Another one. Buried it.
Timeout.
Here's the big back wall. And down goes the ball. Nice get.
Ooh, that means a side out.
Nice free kill.
That was quite devastating the way she struck that one. There are 6 between them.
15 plays 9.
Nice pass shot.
That's a great pass indeed by Lisa Fraser-Gilmore, who was very, very composed and is showing great recovery powers.
14 plays 17.
Nice. Oh, what a get.
Great return.
Oh. Oh.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Fiona worked really hard for this one. I don't know if Lisa meant to do that shot.
The point
Great
scored
angle
by
shot.
Lisa.
Nice shot. Oh, nice shot. Good use of the sidewall in that shot.
It's 2018. One more for Fiona Shannon.
Game point, serving 18.
bigly by Lisa Fraser, and Fiona Shannon from Belfast has taken the first game here in the women's final. Brilliantly against the back wall.
Very good shooting from Fiona.
9 plays 2.
That's wonderfully done. Great action.
8 plays 11.
Side out. Fiona looks up at the side walls, not too happy with her surroundings.
Wow.
Powerful service. Fiona Shannon bidding to be the world champion for the first time ever at women's senior level. Another beauty.
Oh. Now she's pumped. That was a good volley. There wasn't any mistakes from Lisa this time. It was just a good shot from Fiona.
Lisa has to stay alive here and fails. Right. And Fiona Shannon is just 1 point away from the 21 and the world title.
Tough.
We are! And Fiona Shannon,
great serve,
who was the under-17 world champion, later the under-19 world champion, is the senior women's world champion here in Dublin in 2003. It's a two-game victory for Fiona Shannon, beating Lisa Fraser Gilmore from Canada 21-18, 21-13. Fiona Shannon, formerly Fiona McKenna from the St. Paul's Club in Belfast. This is what dreams are made of. And you are the 2003 world champion.
It's absolutely out of this world. Nobody understands how great I feel to finally have beaten the best in the world here at home in Croke Park. I mean, it was point for point the whole way through. You need to keep the lead, definitely, and just go for each shot at a time. You can't think the game's not over until you get that last point, so it's just trying to keep on top the whole way.
Well, yes, a great victory there for Antrim's Fiona Shannon, taking the World Championship singles title for women for the first time ever. We're going to move next now to the men's singles final. And what a dramatic one this turned out to be on the night. This brought together Cavan's Paul Brady against his old friend but great rival, Cork's Tony Healy. Ger Canning and Danny Bell are your commentators.
Well, Danny, time for us to look ahead to the big men's singles final, and as anticipated, Paul Brady against Tony Healy. No great surprises there, really.
Oh, no great surprise. These are the two guys everybody expected to see in the final, and that's what it's gonna be. I mean, Paul Brady really impressed everybody with the first game against Owen Kennedy in the semi-final, and Tony Healy hanging there, losing the first game and coming back to win in a tiebreaker. So I think we'll have a very good final.
And one way or the other, it's got to be an Irish winner.
Exactly.
What a shot. No way of returning that.
3 played 0.
Got back up over his feet that time to hit the killer.
Look how quick he is.
Timeout, first one, 1 minute.
Went down, jumped, back up, set up, and finishes the ball. What a pass
change
shot.
of direction.
The underhand Irish whip right there.
Timeout, 1 minute, second timeout.
Good shot by Tony this time.
He's coming back. That's good for Tony. I mean, he's scored a lot of points at the end of that second game so far.
Game point, serving 14.
That is the first game. It's taken 56 minutes of hard work by the two players. Lots of endeavour, lots of skill and craft as well in this world title final. And it is Paul Brady from Cavan who takes the first game, 21-14.
Good serve.
Another one, excellent play.
Good power from both players. Nice try.
Oh,
Nice get.
somehow got it back. And again. What a score. What a final it's turning out to be.
Diving kill in the corner.
With Paul Brady 10-3 down in the second game and now suffering with cramp, this happened. Brady looked likely to forfeit the game because the referee said it wasn't technically an injury, but in the sporting gesture of the tournament, Tony Healy agreed to give Brady his 3 timeouts to allow him time to recover, which he duly did. And Healy won the second game, and so it headed for the tiebreak, first to 11, to win the world crown. Nice turn by Healy. Oh, what a shot. A certain recovery of the old form by a limping Paul Brady.
Yeah.
1 plays 2.
Both players still battling on here.
Wow.
Good shot by Brady.
Very good shot.
Wow. It's another smashing passing shot by the man from Cavan.
6 plays
Perfect
3.
pass shot down the right.
He's over halfway there in the tiebreaker. And it's just out of the reach of Tony Healy. And Paul Brady has moved within 4 points of being crowned world champion.
Your last timeout.
And very wisely, Tony Healy opts for a second and final timeout.
Oh, skipped. Point. That didn't make it.
It's going all horribly wrong
8-3.
and horribly right at the same time,
Short.
if that is possible.
Second serve. Replay.
Came off Healy, has to be replayed.
Serve. 8.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Brady has the winning post in his sights.
Oh, another skip by Healy. That's a point. He skipped it in. The ball touched the floor.
It's tense.
9 plays 3.
Pressure on Healy again.
Tough.
It's a great shot by Paul Brady, and there was no return by Tony Healy.
Will be serving for the match.
(10-4). Paul Brady serving. Can't watch.
Possible championship point.
A man who could possibly have been out in the championship about a half an hour ago. Is this to be it? Brady trying to finish it off. He's the 2003 world champion.
Wow. Unbelievable.
11-4 in the tie-break set. An amazing final. One where Paul Brady from Cavan could very easily have lost the match because of the cramp. Tony Healy very sportingly allowed him time to recover sufficiently. They went through the motions to finish the second game. It was all action in the tie-break. And in the end, Brady is crowned the champion for the first time ever.
It's very good, very good. It's a dream come true for me here today, so I was very happy, very happy.
Bitterly disappointed now at this stage, you know. Things just really went against me there in the third game. Paul played a really good tiebreaker, and my composure was kind of rattled a little bit, and I was just really struggling to stay in it and trying to get back closer and closer to him. He got a good lead up, and it just wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. He pulled it out in the end.
He's a great friend, and he's just, I can't, you know, it's just hard when you're playing such a good friend and for such a big title all the time. So I can't say enough for him, really.
If it worked against me anything, it would have worked just because of my head, really. In the tiebreaker, it was hard to gain composure, but in the second game, you know, nobody wants to win a world title like that, and, you know, if he's cramping, he's cramping. I suppose he needs his time, so I'd rather play the game, you know, than to have it finished like that. You know, it would be no way to finish it.
So a dramatic final to end this year's World Championships, and our congratulations once again to Cavan's Paul Brady and indeed to Antrim's Fiona Shannon. And that indeed brings to an end our coverage of this year's World Handball Championships, staged in Ireland for the first time in nearly a decade. Until the next time, bye-bye.